Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Mythgard in Middle-earth. My name is Corey Olson, the Tolkien professor, joined as always by my friend Gryfflet, who has been staring at the snow falling in front of the stars here as he is on the boundary of Wildermoor and prepared to begin his next adventure. I join you, of course, today live on location from the exotic locale of my son Nicholas's room. I am on his machine, as you probably heard, or some of you may have experienced with me this past weekend. My poor machine is getting ready to pass into the West, essentially. I think I'm getting a new system, which I'm really looking forward to, but it won't arrive for several weeks. So I'm not even going to try to run and certainly to stream Lotro on my machine here for the next few weeks while we're waiting for the next system to arrive, but it's going to be a little bit of a while. So here I am. So my son Nicholas has graciously agreed to be bribed to allow me to use his machine here for Gryfflet activities. And Ethelod, we did get the haystack, so there's that. Like, we'll always have the haystack. And I think observing how the haystacks of Minas Tirith were dramatically and triumphantly repotted for the wedding, it was really, I was moved, and I thought that really we captured the essence of the wedding of Aragorn and Arwen there, in the courtyard itself. Really. So so that's there we are. So okay, my plan here for the I had toyed with the idea, and I saw Druid's Fire had mentioned this before. I had toyed with the idea of trying to do the wedding. I really want to do the wedding, and I'd planned to do that in a special stream, which didn't work because my system failed. I think I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off because I don't want to I don't want to spoil the wonder with haste. As Legolas says to Gimli about the Glittering Caves. So, I don't want to try to squeeze it into, my time slot here, and I do have to pretty much stick with my time slot. So, I'm going to stick with Gryfflet here. When my new system arrives, we will have a triumphant sort of christening of the new system. We will have a celebratory bonus session in which I'll do the wedding at that point. So there we go. That's the right. JJ says, odd imagining wanting a wedding to run long. Exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be weird. Rosie's asking who let me out of the basement. Yeah, it's tricky. It's different. So yeah, I don't know if this is of course an entirely new Lotro install on my son's computer, which fortunately I remembered to start working a few days ago. Let me see if I can. Is the brightness low? The ambient light is at minimum. That might be handy to turn up. Oh yeah, look at that. There's actually, that's a bush right next to me. Okay. Oh yeah, it's a little better. Why was that set to 0? Who wants ambient light to 0? What a strange default. Okay. Anyway, all right. So let's head out. And sorry. One thing I'm a little restricted by is my son's physical setup here. I don't know. No, you can't see it. This is my son, Nicholas, the pilot. Like right in front of me is a yoke for his flight simulators. Like this system is set up for flight simulation. I'm hijacking it to run Lotro. So he's got like his keyboard way over here and stuff. So I'm still trying to like get things where I can reach them without like messing up his flight simulator gear here. So okay, all right, I think I can do this. All right. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me here, but I figured this is still better than not being able to stream at all. So okay. Great. So where am I? I'm in Wildermoor, and I'm supposed to head up to... Wait, who am I finding? There's a guy... I know I'm looking for Wiglaf, which is exciting. Let me go back to my quests here and remind myself. Because it's been like 2 weeks. I had to skip last week for Mythmoot, which was awesome. But, okay. Oh. Talk to Horn in Nonna's Cave? Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Wrong one. I'm like, what? Okay, right, here we go. That's if I wanted to skip Book 10, which I totally don't. Travel to Scylfig in the Writhen Downs. I love the word Writhen Downs. One of the things I'm really looking forward to in questing through Wildermoor is the opportunity to say Writhen Downs more often. It's fun. Writhen is just a fun prefix. Your companions have agreed that it is time to begin your search for Harding's men in Wildermoor. Okay. Great. Great. All right. I remember our search. Okay. Who do we have here? This is... Oh, it's an orc. A Writhen Downs warrior. Okay. All right. So we have orcs floating around. Who else? Another orc. And there was like a hawk or something. Yeah, a Hendraval. Okay. All right. Just trying to get my bearings here. Okay. All right. What time of day is it? Oh, the late watches. Excellent. It's going to get brighter soon. Huh. I'm also noticing... What happened to my sound? Got no, Is there no music? No. I got my sound settings right. Seems kind of eerie, right? With no music here. Okay. Oh, what's that? Pond? All right. Okay. All right, here's a little turn off for Scylfig. Okay, so the Balewood. Oh man, all kinds of good names. So this place is just meant to be arbitrarily full of orcs. I mean, I'm assuming this is because, I mean, Saruman's orcs are kind of overrunning things. I mean, this is one of the things that I sort of struggle with just a little bit. I mean, obviously, I understand, you know, the need to make mobs everywhere and stuff. But you know, a very great deal of Rohan has been overrun by Saruman's orcs. And I guess that's okay. Sort of reflecting, especially if we think, I guess the sort of the problem the problem that I'm having is imagining how that fits into the larger arc of the narrative, right? That is the larger arc, not of the PC's narratives, but of the Lord of the Rings narrative, of like the Rohan narrative as a whole, right? I mean, if the majority, and if you can meet wandering orcs everywhere, you know, throughout Rohan, then it seems a little bit unlikely that anyone is going to answer the call to arms. You know, when Theoden calls the weapon take, you know, who's going to show up when who's even going to be able to get there if like the whole countryside of Rohan is just stiff with orcs, right? But again, I think one of the things that I think may perhaps factor into that is that we have to remember the kind of frozen moments in time that they're trying to represent, essentially, right? There's a the relationship between the arc of our discovery of the countryside and of our unfolding of the storylines it's linked to the chronology of the books, but it's linked sort of awkwardly. It's linked in a very kind of time turner-ish sort of way, right? I mean, like only a certain number of days or weeks are going to go by, no matter how much time I spend wandering the countryside and helping everybody do every little task, right? So, here's, the epic quest line, of course, is a wonderful illustration. I mean, here I was following, Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas's path, which they pursued with very great urgency, right? Day and night, scarcely with, barely with, with like what their 2 rest stops. And here was Gryfflet proceeding with Gryfflet-like efficiency down their path. And his idea of following in the path of the 3 hunters was to go to every single town, to visit every single town in the entire Eastamnet and meet everyone, help everyone with their problems, double back and help take out the wicked Thane of Cliving, and all this, right? And yet they barely got there before I did, right? I mean, remember, the ashes were still smoking when I arrived there. You'd think, had the chronologies really been synced, by the time Gryfflet finished his explorations, conversations, and enterprises on the way up and down and across the Eastamnet, in crossways, that not only would the embers of the fires that burned Ugluk and his people be out, but like probably a layer of soil would have formed on top of them, right? I mean, it's so in that way, of course, the chronology of our activity in the game is disjointed from the chronology of the storyline. And that, I think, is an important thing to remember here, right? So it isn't necessarily true to think that, well, Rohan will always be overrun with orcs, to this extent. This is just designed to capture this particular moment. And remember, the particular moment that's being captured here is right before, this is all taking place. Everything that we're seeing, every individual storyline, in a sense, is taking place within that window of time, that couple days between when the 3 hunters set off across Rohan in pursuit of Ugluk with Merry and Pippin, and when Theoden is healed by Gandalf, right? So this is kind of a sort of extended capturing of that moment. And in that context, I can live with encountering orcs all over the place as even a sort of almost symbolic representation of Saruman's influence. It really is, Ethelod, the darkest place for Rohan. This is just about Rohan. We're wandering through Rohan's low watermark, right? This is just about as bad as things are going to get for Rohan, and we're stuck there, right? We've been there for months now with Gryfflet traveling around. So yeah, I think that's really important to recall. Okay, Rosie, great lore question. So I'm gonna look at Rosie's lore question, and then I'm gonna go into the town. The defenders there at the crude barricades they're standing in front of are fortunately Gryfflet is stealth, so they won't see him. But if they did see him, they would be thinking that he was very strange indeed, and probably deeply suspicious, standing here staring at them from a distance without approaching. So I'm glad I thought to hide so I don't make them uneasy. Good. Okay, let's see. Yeah, snow warning, it is almost as bad as in the time of Helm Hammerhand. Not quite. I mean, that was a lower point, right? But yeah, I do think you have to go back that far to equal point, and it's not, and it's going to be uphill from here. Even the Battle of Helm's Deep looks pretty bad, right? But even that, I think, is still uphill from here, actually. Exactly, Phil. The entire rebuilding of Hutbold, no problem, takes place within the space of what, I guess, a couple hours or something. Yeah, yeah. But no, I mean, that's definitely, I mean, it's one of the, there are many ways, of course. Lotro is such a gorgeously detailed and realized, Tolkienian subcreation here. It is really easy to invest a kind of secondary belief into the world that they build here in Lotro, which is one of the things that I love about it. But there are things that do demand mere suspension of disbelief, right? And the chronology thing is one of them, but only if you think about it. So if I stop thinking about it, I'll be fine. Edith, yeah, the travel time, of course, is another. The way that we pop all over Middle Earth in what would take journeys of months, back and forth. And I remember chuckling about that fairly frequently when I first started playing. But you get used to that eventually. Okay. Let's see. We've got... Oh, okay. I thought those were... From a distance, I thought these were just like upturned wagons or something. But, oh, hey, look. A camp of rugged but friendly-looking warriors with one man standing out from the rest. Ooh. Oh, do I have to go in to actually see him? I only see these two men. Who's the man one standing out from the rest? And how can I tell he stands out? Can I, smell him from here or something? Let's hope that it is not his personal aroma that makes him stand out. That would be unfortunate. But, okay, so we've got these large barricades, but not gates. So is this the village or a camp? No, it's a settlement. Thrim. Redbeard's camp. I've discovered it. Hark. All right. Is this an army camp? We have a sentry tower, but this all looks very unofficial. Okay, we've got tents with the heraldic shields. All the men are in armor. But this is, This is not the town of Scylfig, though. That's something else. But I do have a quest that was leading me here to Thrim. Okay. Oh, is that Thrim's horse? Sorry, just looking at his horse here. Okay. Yeah, very nice. All right, Thrim, what do you have? Ooh, hang on a second. What map are you looking at? What are we looking at? What is that? Is that the Entwash Vale map over on the left? That is what that is, right? The Entwash Vale? And then this is... Oh, no, it's the Great River. Of course it is. Of course it is. Great River. Upside down. That's why. Okay. Yeah, of course. That's the Brownlands, but it's... Yeah, right. Yeah, now it looks like the Great River. Right, yeah, like the boot kicking the Brownlands, right? If the Brownlands are the football and the Great River is the foot. Yeah, okay. Okay. What is this one on the right? Is this a town map? Is this... What is it? Like 4-law? Was it? Yeah, 4-law. Is this 4-law or something? I'll have to be on the lookout for this. Normally, maps in game are like maps. Representations of actual maps. Is that Standguard? Oh, that's Standguard. Well, that makes sense. Okay. Great. See, look at that. It's been so long since I've been to Standguard, I'm not even recognizing its map. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, you're planning to attack Standguard, Thrim? Well, help. Oh, okay, there we go. What do you say?
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
Wow. I wasn't sure I was going to survive your voice over there. Whew. Hang on a second there, Thrim. You just about blew out my eardrums. There we go. I love the voiceover, but you can have too much of a good thing. Okay. Whoa, I know, that was scary, right? I was like, whew, okay. I think we all had a moment there. All right. Like I said, totally new install, so trying to adjust my settings here. All right. Right. Okay. Harding sent me. Yes, he did. He is right to be concerned. I am Thrim Redbeard, the leader of these men and the protector of Wildermoor. Really? You're the protector of all of Wildermoor? What's his position? He's not like a reeve or a thane, is he? Is he a thane? I'll accept your help if you are here to offer it. Yeah. Things are not right in our lands. The snow you see, well, Wildermoor has been a green place until lately. Is it not supposed to be snowing? So I didn't know that the snow was...
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
Because... Well, hang on. I mean, I guess it's meant to be spring, right? Yeah, JJ, that's the only conclusion I can come to, that apparently in Wildermoor it's always winter and never Christmas. Okay. Do I have to recruit like 3 other short people to sit on thrones? Is that the quest? So I'm just trying to remember, what's the date? What's the date? Not, in the real world, but in game. I'm blanking. Is it March? Sorry, I'm blanking because we just recently did, in Mythgard Academy, we just recently did the history of the Lord of the Rings, when he's like changing and adjusting the dates all over the place. So I'm forgetting now where they settled out in the published edition. Late February, early March. Okay, Helm's Deep is March 3 to 4. So yeah, probably late February, right around the end of February. So okay. So Thrim, got to tell you, snow doesn't seem to me so very strange at the end of February, even in the beginning of March. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Sam, I will be on the lookout for robins, because robins are good birds, I hear. At least they are in all the stories. So, okay. Wildermoor has always been a green land with mild winters. We have never encountered snows such as these as long as I can remember. I must prepare these men for battle against orcs, for they have crept in with the cold. It sounds like his men have crept in. My men have crept in, so now I have to prepare them for battle. But if you are offering your aid, you may investigate the effects of the weather on our land. It cannot be coincidence that the orcs and cold have arrived together. Oh, are you saying... It's Saruman! I understand. Okay. The worst winter in memory. All right. Thrim, I will look into it. Oh, wait, hang on. You got another quest here. Sorry, man.
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
Of snow? I gotta tell you, man, I live in New Hampshire and I've seen worse. I think your odds are pretty good. There's not even dusting on the ground here, so you'll be fine. Okay, many things grow and live in Wildermoor besides its people. Beneath the notice of orcs and men, I do not have time to roam the lands, for my sword is needed more than my eyes. What an odd construction. My sword is needed more than my eyes. Why not? But why choose, Thrim, right? Why not both? Use your sword and your eyes. But anyway, wait a second. What does it have to do with collecting berries? Why does collect and examine berries? Okay. Okay. Sorry, that was the quest text was rather unexpected there. Berries. Many things grow. Boy, Thrim is like a riddle. He's like a personal conundrum over there. All right. That's fine. That's fine. So we'll look for berries and we'll investigate the effects of winter, neither of which really gives me what I would call a starting point to my quest. Exactly, but maybe I'll wander over towards Scylfig, and that will help. Oh, look, apparently there are berry bushes? No, there's winter in a few places. Okay, all right, well, we'll head vaguely back, and then we'll see what happens. But Rosie, I never saw your lore question. Hang on. Scrolling back. Rosie's lore question. There it is. Okay. I can't remember if I said this before, but I was thinking, could the average Gondor think that the name of Cirith... Oh, right. Think the name of Cirith Ungol could be due to the stairs are like a spider going up a wall with a big spider being a campfire tail. Right. Rosie, I do get the impression that Cirith... So basically, like, do they understand that name kind of metaphorically, right? How literally do they understand that? I do take it that although the name of Cirith Ungol, first of all, it seems like the name of Cirith Ungol is probably not universally known. That like since it's been some time since anybody has really traveled, spent a lot of time in Minas Morgul and thereabouts. Oh, this starts a quest. Who? An unwarm welcome? Am I supposed to demonstrate unfriendship to these orcs? Is that the issue here? Let me see if I can do that. Wham! Oh, I think so. Anyway, okay, so what do we have? Orcs roam the Writhen Downs. I had noticed that. Prowling to and fro, as Thrim described. That guy, you saw him, both to and fro. You should defeat orcs. Okay. Only 4 of them? I'm not complaining, but that's an unusually small number. It's a rather low ambition here. Okay, so, as I say, I don't think that most of the people of Gondor know about the existence of Cirith Ungol, or even know the name. Faramir recognizes it, but remember what he says about it is when Cirith Ungol is mentioned, lore masters will blench, right? So that suggests that when the people who might be mentioning Cirith Ungol to the lore masters don't necessarily know anything about it, right? The lore masters do. Okay, unusual for the freeze. Okay. Bar guests roam the Writhen Downs, filling the cold winds with their hungry howls. Defeat bar guests. Okay. All right, so the ice is unusual. Well, I guess since I'm here and the bar guests are here, I might as well hunt some of them while I talk about Cirith Ungol. Yeah, so Rosie, I do think it's pretty clear from Faramir's words that you're... Okay, well, I was about to say your average schmo on the street, but your average person who has heard of Cirith Ungol does not really does not associate it necessarily, certainly not associate it with a gigantic spider, like an actual literal gigantic spider. But the blanching of the lore masters does to me imply that the lore masters have some inkling, right? They don't seem to, they fall silent as well as blanching, right? So they don't like to talk about it. So I've got to think that the knowledge, the concept of Shelob, like the idea that Shelob is there, is clearly present, but not in general circulation. So therefore, you would think that their understanding at all of the name would probably be metaphorical. Maybe they would understand it, as some kind of historical reference or something. But I think that your theory of them seeing it as only a metaphor is probably a good one. Anyone who thinks about it in that way. But yeah, it's clear that very few people in Gondor know about the truth of Shelob for sure. Okay, let's see. Edith said it's like the Shire people knowing Mordor is a bad place but not having any real conception of what it is and why. Well, they certainly don't have any... Oh, where am I going? I'm looking down out of Wildermoor. No, we don't want to leave. We just got here. And I've got another frozen lake to discover. Yeah. So how many would know what it means, Phil? I mean, as far as the actual translation of the words, many, I would think. The Elvish language, the Sindarin is clearly in usage in Gondor. So enough people would know the language to enable them to conclude, what the actual name Cirith Ungol meant. So I think that many would recognize it. It's just a question of to what extent do they understand the actual significance. Huh. You call a cow a critter? I don't think I would ever have called a milk cow a critter. But can I also say, I mean, I'm not myself a forensic pathologist, but a cursory examination of the body of this critter suggests that freezing to death was probably not the cause of death here, right? I think if freezing was on the death certificate here, I'm not really sure. This looks like this cow has had its throat ripped out and its kidneys removed. Either one of which problem really could likely have precipitated death. Now, of course, you might say that those wounds could have happened posthumously, and I think it's possible that they happened posthumously, especially since we don't see large poolings of blood. But of course, who knows how long this has been sitting here or whether it died here. Maybe its throat was cut elsewhere and it was moved here after death, right? All kinds of possibilities. So yeah, exactly, Phil. It's a pre or post-mortem wounds. That's a little bit unclear, I will confess. Though I have to admit that neck wound looks like a strange sort of neck wound to inflict on a cow post-mortem. I mean, why would you do that, right? Like slit the throat of a dead cow? Who slits the throats of dead cows? I mean, that's just weird, okay? As hobbies go, weird. Now, clearly the freezing... In fact, look at this. We can prove this. We can prove that this cow didn't freeze to death, right? Well, it wouldn't have frozen solid. It would have frozen to death before it froze solid. I was going to say it'd be awful hard to, carve out its tripes there, as somebody apparently did. I mean, look, do you see any tripes? Me neither. They're gone. So somebody carved out its tripes and I don't even know what that means, but I think it's a fun phrase. I don't know what one's tripes are. Do we have tripes? Am I personally in possession of tripes? And how would somebody go about cutting them out? Where do you start looking for tripes? I mean, physiologically speaking, these are things I don't understand. But nevertheless, I embrace it as a fun phrase. So there we go. Yeah, JJ's thinking we gotta round us up a posse and hunt us up a rustler. Well, we gotta see if we beat Gleo, Weena. He might have some ideas about that. Tripes are the lining of the stomach of a ruminant. Oh, you mean like the whole the first stomachs of a bovine? So I don't have tripes. Yeah, I know tripe is a little bit more frequently eaten in Britain than here. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. All right, so I don't have any tripes to carve out. Well, that's refreshing. It's good to know anyway, so that nobody can actually carve out my tripes. Why are they plural? I mean, tripe, when presented as a gustatory treat, is generally used in the singular. World Tripe Day is October 24th. Are you kidding me, Ethelwad? World Tripe Day. We're not going to observe World Tripe Day, are we? Should I feel pressured to eat tripe on World Tripe Day? My children will not thank you for introducing me to World Tripe Day, if that's the case. Oh, I see. So of the four, I knew that cows had four stomachs. So the first two stomachs of the cow are the tripes. Really? I am learning so much that I did not know today. That is fantastic. Wow. Okay. Sorry, Ethelwad, I'm still just kind of stunned at the spectacle of World Tripe Day. I'm, for the record, not going to join Rosie in asking how you know that, Ethelwad, because it's fine. You're among friends, and it's all good. But don't think I'm tempted. Tripe is delicious in tacos. Really? Now there's something I haven't seen. Tripe tacos. Look, I enjoy meat byproducts as much as the next person, so yeah, I know I'm open-minded on the tripe front. But wow, okay, so so it seems then that from a purely physiological standpoint, this cow has probably not actually had its tripes carved out, because then the incision would have been made rather more forward, I believe. The tripes would probably be up here, right? Rather than way back here. It probably is more kidney removal sort of situation than a tripe carving. But I think I was meant to do something other than do a forensic examination of the corpse of this cow, however. Okay, the official examination. It is cold. It is lying in the snow. Somewhat less in depth than the examination to which we had already subjected this particular corpse. But that's okay. JJ, that's a good question. Do people eat cow kidneys? What kind of kidneys are in steak and kidney pud? I've never actually inquired. I've had it several times. I quite like it. Are those cow kidneys? Do you have cow? Are those cut up cow kidneys that you have in steak and kidney pudding? I would guess that they would be. They're lamb? Really? So steak and kidney pudding contains beef, steak, and lamb kidneys? Huh. Really? That's what's normal? Beef, lamb, or pork? Okay, so mammal kidneys, basically. Probably domesticated mammal kidneys. That's what we're talking about. Oh, right. Look at this. We have defeated several of the dangerous wild bar guests of the Writhing Downs. Excellent. Frozen cows are now safer than they were. Okay, and I still have only defeated 2 orcs. But I've only found the one. I guess the spectacle of the frozen critter, the frozen cow critter, was the excitement from this frozen lake. So if I go over to the next frozen lake, we'll be good. Boy, this has been educational so far. We should probably put some kind of warning, you know, like some kind of like mature content warning for vegetarians on this episode. You know, like I feel like we should caution people. But you know, maybe that's taking it too far. Let's see. Wow. This ore just thrusting itself up out of the ice in the middle of the pond. Must be a major load if it's sticking all the way out like that. What do we... Oh, hang on. We've got it. Oh, no, a tree is frozen. Well, now that is a tad unusual. Unused to this harsh new climate, this tree has died. Okay, see... Not to get all forensic pathologist on the tree as well, but this tree, I mean, when it comes to cause of death, I'm thinking the cold is the least of this tree's problems. This tree has no branches, no roots. I mean, look at the branch sticking out from it. This tree has been dead for who knows how long. And it looks like it was snapped off on both ends, which is really unusual. And how did it get here? Where was it? Where's the stalk? Where's the stump? I'll never forget the first time I discovered that a stalk, I didn't, so, you know, Treebeard talks about stalks and stones and things, and I never knew what a stalk was. I just kind of always thought of that phrase as a unit, and it wasn't until I was studying Middle English that I came across the word in a Middle English context. You know, when Chaucer was talking about the stockes, and I'm like, what's a stock? And it's a stump. Of course. There we go. But yeah, no, exactly, Tom. I think that this tree looks like it was broken in half again, and then just the bole of the tree hurled across from wherever it was. So again, the cold, the least of the problems here. All right, my investigations are proving to raise more questions than answers. I guess I should slay a couple more orcs for good measure. Oh, see, the horses are fine. Look at these hardy specimens. Oh, right, sorry, the purple is the orcs there. So I'm not far from berries as well. So that's it. I just have to tell him what I learned. Okay. Well, I will have an extensive pathology report for him. Not really pathology, of course. Okay, I've defeated a number of scouting orcs, but the enemy presence still presses on the land. But only for a couple days, even though it seems much, much longer than that. Okay, let us proceed and look for berry bushes whose berries I'm meant to examine for some reason. Oh, frozen berries, which are kind of delicious. Oh, they're spoiled by frost. That's too bad. Okay. I guess I'll cut cross country here. Ah, there's Scylfig up on the hill. Oh, what a lovely location. Oh, yeah, that looks like a wonderfully sited fortress. Isn't there another bush around here somewhere? Yep, there it is. Oh, could you turn around and not look at me, please? Thank you. Look at that. There he is, going to and fro. Your witnesses. Okay. Oh, man, I gotta find 6 of these berry bushes? Hang on, let me carry on across. Maybe there's more here. I thought there's only one per pond. Maybe I gotta go back. Oh, the Barghast, by contrast, is not going to and fro. He's just hanging out. Yeah, it does seem like there's only one berry per bush, Ethelwad, which seems, well, impractical. Inefficient, for sure. Uh-oh. Another critter. This time with flies. This cow is fine. Yeah, she's fine. I mean, dead. But other than that, fine. Looks to have each of her tripes intact. But, nevertheless, she's just pining. Exactly. Yeah. She's pining for the fjords, clearly. Okay. Well, I'm clearly not going to be able to take a shortcut to Scylfig because there is no shortcut to an excellent cliff-top fortress of that kind. Approached by the main gate or not at all? Uh-oh. Is this a warband? Clampjaw. Okay. Sure. Where's he at? Come, Clampjaw. I defy you. I renounce you. I abjure thee. No? This is an ex-critter. Oh, there he is. There's Clampjaw and a frozen berry. All right. Hi, Clampjaw. Avast! Ah, yes, thou varmint. All right, there we go. I've defeated Clampjaw, a menace to all who venture too near the Barghest-infested ponds of the Writhen Downs. Does the ice attract Barghests? What's the causal relationship between the frozen ponds and the Barghests? Okay. All right, we have our 6 berries. There we go. All right. Is there a back door into the camp? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, why don't I finish this up and then I'll go into Scylfig. Come, carry on. Oh, wait, hang on a second. Hold, carry on. Savagery. The skills I don't really understand. Alright, let's do those. As I said. Oh, wait, hang on a second. I forgot my presents. How can it be? Let's see. 3 potions of rapid crafting. Ooh. Okay. Here we are. Carry on. Nope. Better put on your invisibility hat. No. That's just not the way. Where's the... Oh, I gotta go around the pond? How vexing. Okay. Here is the road to the camp. Excellent. Oh, maybe someone defiled the Barghest seats while they were celebrating and they're here for revenge. What could be likelier? Okay, Thrim. Your name is fun to say. Okay, let me report on the frozen critters.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
Oh, no, these are berries. Spoiled frozen berries. You worry for the farms. I have no fear of orcs, but our Reeve Garwig must be warned of the effects of the cold, heavy though his burdens are already. Scylfig is the nearest town, and we should hurry there to brace for an orc attack. Once that danger passes, let us ride in haste to Forlaw to warn the Reeve. Okay. They might have noticed that it's cold.
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
We should leave for Scylfig now, for my scouts tell me that an orc attack looms near. We tried to cut them down on the field, but for every one we felled, 2 more took his place. I will meet you there with my men if you wish to ride ahead and warn Thane Kunigar to ready Scylfig for the attack. Please help him however you can, for he is the father of my betrothed. Wow, I'm getting all of this personal information through him. Okay. All that came from the berry quest?
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
I know. The berries are freezing. Cats and dogs living together. Thrim's face is lined with worry as you relay your findings to him. I do not like this at all. Frozen cows, trees rent up, torn into pieces, their branches stripped and their trunks hurled across unknown quantities of space, only there to freeze. Oh, man. I'm a warrior, and I will drive the orcs off. But we are a simple farming folk here in Wildermoor. We live off of this land. Even if we are safe from orcs, we cannot escape this strange weather. Okay. Right. Well, I'm glad I came back here before I went to Scylfig, for sure. Okay. Alright, let's go, carry on. Let's stick to the road this time. Am I still wearing my hat? I'm not. There we go. Now I'm invisible. I think these sound effects are louder than they normally are too. I am not usually this conscious of the hoof beats of carry-on and of the creaking of leather. I like the leather creaking sound, actually. Okay. So what is causing the fell winter? Where did you get the coconuts? Yeah. Yeah, wait. Darn it. Didn't see the cliff there until it was too late. Come on, carry on. Stick to the road, will you? I shouldn't get distracted. Okay, no problem. Here we are, still going in more or less the right direction. Ooh, I like the icicles on the walls. Yeah, I did turn down the sound effects some, but they're still apparently higher than I used to have them. All right. You've arrived in Scylfig and should search for Weedfara and Leodwig. Oh. Oh, the guard has a name. Let's hope that's good news for him. Okay. I love the icicles. Very military town so far. Definitely a town preparing
These are
for
desperate
battle.
times for the Rohirrim.
All right, we've got our first stable master. No, we don't get a town map. Just wanted to see. Okay. Hey, a milestone. Let's do that. I can replace Snowburn. Okay. Let's look into this little square here. What do we have? I love these little A-frame houses. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Pardon me. Big ol' antler fire in the middle. Wouldn't the antlers scorch? I would think so. Well, none of these are buildings I can enter. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to mess up your wheelbarrow there. And there's Kuneberg. Where's the meat hall? Do you guys do mead here? Boy, none of these buildings are enterable. It is better than a pelvis fire, no question. I mean, absolutely. Huh, it's funny how this little town is divided up into these discrete neighborhoods. All right. Here we are. At the mead hall. Whoa, look at these. It's like antler obelisks. Antlered obelisks. What a world. Who'd have thunk it? Huh. A strangely uneventful town. Nothing happening. No buildings to enter other than the mead hall. God. Yikes. Help. Okay. Oh, my sound effects are pretty low. Okay. Sorry. Okay. There's the music, all right. Yep. They've been hoarding it. Kunigar is the hoarder of tunes here. All the music in Wildermoor is... I think I know her problem. Look at this sad lady here. She really wants to be a shield maiden, and they don't allow them in Wildermoor. I bet you that's her problem. Hey there, ladies. None of you are shield maidens, huh? You're just hanging out. Is this like an almost entirely female space? This mead hall? No, there's this guy. He's like being all paternal. But he's accompanied by a young girl. And then we've got a woman giving advice. He's been sent to stand in the corner. This man has been very naughty. I don't want to know what you did to offend the largely feminine populace of this mead hall. Okay, and that defender is male. To the apparent chagrin of her, who really wants to be defending the place herself. Oh, boy, you totally did it, didn't you? Don't pretend you didn't do it. Okay. And then it's circle time over here, being overseen by Mother Superior. Okay. Hi, Kunigar. Here you are, seated amongst your womenfolk.
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
But everybody's worried about the onslaught. So you are Gryfflet, the legendary hero of the Istamnet. Well, gosh, that's a nice introduction. Welcome to Scylfig, especially if Thrim sent you. Wildermoor seems to be full of orcs of late, and cold and strange rumors, and tripeless cows. Many men do not return from a field. If Thrim believes you can be of aid, I believe it too. True story, Thrim believes it on slender evidence. I've only done berry collection mostly, but let's prepare for battle. Agreed.
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
Okay, Kuniberg will need help with the preparations for battle. Sure. Time can be almost infinitely dilated while we pursue separate quests. She's a strong girl, and I trust her to make us ready. You can find her in Scylfig. She will tell you what you can do to aid us. Okay, oh, she's not here? Oh, wait, hang on.
I do not know if we will survive.
Battle
this
looms near,
onslaught.
and we are prepared as we will ever be. No, you're not. I still have to help prepare you. You get ahead of yourself, Mr. Kunigar. We have Thrim on our side. True. My brave daughter. Check. And the brave kindred of our Reeve, Garwig. Who's that? Will you speak with Garsig? Got it. Oh, at the gate. Yeah, sure, I remember him. The son of the Reeve, and make sure he has everything he needs. So you posted the son of the Reeve on guard duty at the front gate. Gutsy, Kunigar. Gutsy. The Reeve's grandsons are here also and ready to fight. Humbald and Grimgar. Help them however you can. Okay. You're right, JJ. It is true. No children are being served on the buffet. Children are undergoing many other ordeals, apparently, in this mead hall. Education, discipline, bitter weeping and remonstrance, dancing, critique of dancing, which I suppose what the other one is doing here. Quiet heart to hearts in the corner. Nap time. Man, this mead hall has it all. Oh man, this woman looks like she's receiving a stern dressing down from this other one. Oh. Hey, Humbald.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
Another strong soldier. Well, sort of. As grandson of the Reeve, my duty is similar to that of a wandering hero such as yourself, to assist where I am needed. Sure, I relish a good fight. Let the orcs come. That's it? I can't be of more material assistance to you than... Okay, just to talk to you and you tell me that you're ready to fight. Good. No, I approve of preparedness as a general rule. Okay, here is... Excuse me, with the hand barrow. Here is Kunaberg. What's she doing? Fixing the stone wall in some way? No. She's sharpening a sword against the stone wall. Okay.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
Hey, are you a shield maiden then? Why wouldn't you accept that other girl in the mead hall? You came from Thrim's camp. He and I are to be wed soon. If you have his loyalty, you have mine as well. Great! Oh, right, you're the girlfriend. Okay. Shield maiden girlfriend. If you wish to help us, I must unload these supplies that we just pulled from the storage. Scylfig has not needed arms such as these in many a year. Okay, pick up the slats, barrel of arrows, and rations. Okay. What do I just pick them up all at once? Crates, barrels, and slats, all here jumbled in my arms. Now what? Kunigar. Oh wait, here we are. Deliver the wood slats to the wagon east of Kunaberg. Deliver the... Oops, they're returning. Deliver the barrel of arrows to the... wagon west of Kunaberg? I'm supposed to just take them from this wagon to another wagon? What? I am so confused, Kunaberg. Hang on. This is north. This is west. So a wagon west of you would be downhill. Here's a wagon, which is southwest of you. I see. Here's the arrow wagon. Okay. So there are 3 separate but meticulously labeled wagons. Okay. Right. In different parts of town. Okay. Alright, sorry. Tracking. Grimgar.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
You do not need any help, but thank you for asking. Okay. With the greatest strength of Wildermoor's people gathered here, it would take a great army of orcs to conquer Scylfig. Well, it is very well situated, as I've said. I've never been sent to help a bunch of people and just had most of them tell me they were fine and didn't need my help.
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
Okay, Thrim sent us warning not long ago of an unusual number of orcs in the Writhen Downs, and we have come to lend our arms to the defense of Scylfig. The Reeves kin are responsible for the protection of these lands. We suffer no enemy to pass our borders. Thrim is like a brother to me. I look forward to drawing swords with him once more. Everybody likes Thrim. He seems to be a popular chap. But also, Garsig has nothing for me to actually do. But it's okay. Always glad to meet people, especially before a battle in which, well, hopefully not too many of them will die, but... Okay, so there's one wagon north of Kuneberg, so it will be in here somewhere. There it is. The food rations wagon. Okay. These rations will allow the villagers to keep up their strength, and certainly they are now infinitely better situated to feed the village, now that they're off in a small sub-neighborhood of the village instead of right here at the crossroads of the village. Okay. Ah, the wooden slats wagon, which is kind of meta, being composed of wooden slats. They can now finish boarding up their homes after receiving a special delivery from the specifically designated wooden slats wagon.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
Well, I guess that was speedy. Where's Thrim? I want to wish him luck before it begins, not that he needs it.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
You're quite ready to fight. Well, everybody seems ready around here.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
An orcish sounding horn. I believe the time for battle is nigh. Go to your father and tell him. Okay. Let's go. Time to defend Scylfig. I think I'm probably gonna have to go after that. Oh wait, hang on. What's that quest ring down there? It's Weedfara!
This land is besieged, stranger.
Hiya, Weedfara, rider of Hardings, alder of the North March. I am in this land at his request, but have fallen prey to some difficulties and could not yet make my return. Weedfara laughs sourly and gingerly rubs his wounded leg. This land is besieged, stranger, if you have not heard yet of the terrible apparition called Nurzum. You soon will. All of Wildermoor trembles at his name, and they are not wrong to fear him. He slew my horse Windfoot, and no one will give me a new one with which to return to Harwick. Oh dear. There's little we can hope to do against Nurzum, stranger, but other foes in the Writhen Downs are less imposing. If you explore this land and fight the mounted foes near the White Hand camp in the southeast, explore the haunted fishing village in the northwest, well, that sounds like an attraction, and keep them away, who, the fish? From Thrim Redbeard's training camp, I will tell you more of this terrible foe. I already found Thrim's training camp. Find the possibly haunted fishing town. Oh, we're backing up, we're stepping back from that, are we? Oh. Hey, Coridon showed up. Coridon, were you hiding in the bush? You stealthy dog. Nice mittens, though. How do you shoot a bow with mittens? Coridon, you can shoot a bow with mittens on. Okay. There we go. Yeah, would elves need mittens? Not sure. Coridon appears to. My daughter has sharp ears. If she says the orcs draw near, then they draw near, and we must arm ourselves. Come, shield maidens for all. Everyone, grab a shield. All ye maidens. Uh-oh. Gryfflet's in the big house. What did Gryfflet do to get locked up in the... Oh, wait. Hang on. Okay. I see. Oh, no, the gates are just shut, but he's on the right side of them. Did I miss the battle? Who planted the orc in the snow? Why, did this snow arrive very suddenly? Hey, Thrim.
Our mission is dire.
The orcs have penetrated the wall and are now attacking the villagers. How'd they penetrate the wall? What? Okay. I'll follow you. Wow, that got everybody's attention. Okay, no problem.
Our mission is dire.
Our work is far from done, though. Let's head to the center of town to cut off the orcs before they head towards the meat hall. Thrim Weasley to the rescue. How about those guys? No? He's outnumbered 2-1. Should we leave? Okay. Ill things are afoot, like that guy getting pounded into the ground. There's a terrible, terrible chill. I do fear the ground tremble.
I
Hey,
am
Grimgar,
afraid
how you
of
doing?
what is happening to these lands.
All right, you have this place covered. Sound coming from in front of the gate. Uh-oh. Whoa. Uh-oh. The two grandsons. I was afraid of that. Strange giant felled Grimgar and Humbald in a single blow. Each. Whoa, an ice giant. Whoa, I just got blown back by his aura, or maybe his body odor. Okay, Thrim.
Will you aid the horse?
No, this is not good. Grimgar and Humbald were defeated rather soundly by the giant. We must not let their defeat be in vain. Quickly now, run away! I think we're beginning to see the causal link. Between the cold and the enemy. Okay, Thrim.
Our mission is dire.
Kunigar and Garsig will attempt to stop the You're gonna leave your girlfriend to... Oh no, Kunigar, her... Right, okay. We must stop him, right? It's your dad. You don't want to let your dad go. There's nothing we can do. He has sworn to protect his people with his life. We must stay here and guard the women and children. Says... Well, here he comes. Oh dear. That can't be good. Oh no, Garsig and Kunigar. This is not going well.
What brings you to these lands?
Whatever happens, you and Kuniberg must protect the mead hall. Your assistance has proven valuable. Myself and all of Scylfig are thankful for your efforts. I must do this myself. What? Are you going to carry on running away? You're drawing that giant away. Keep our people safe. They shall need a leader like you. Oh, Thrim, I can't lose you too. Young love. Young love in the time of frost giants. Okay, now lure it out. Oh, snatched. Whoa! Just yeeted him. That's what you came for? You came here to yeet Thrim? That was your purpose? Oh man. This was grim. Kuniberg, like everybody died.
I'm afraid of what is happening to these lands.
Well, we have experienced much grief today. Well, that instance was a bit of a downer. A charming amount of running away, but... Whoa. This is new decor. Oh, I see. It's the moose obelisks. The moose obelisks are encased in ice. Where there were bizarre antlers sticking out the sides of a pillar, now there are but gigantic stalagmites of ice. In which you can still see a bit of horn sticking out. Not horn like my friend Horn. What do you say, Kuniberg?
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
You lost your father, your future husband. Well, cheer up. We did lose Thrim in the sense that we lost sight of him, but have they found the body? You cannot think straight. Well, it was a little odd.
I'm afraid of what is happening to these lands.
Okay, just leave me alone, she says. I was really hoping that my quest text was going to be leave Kuneberg alone, which would have been a fun quest to attempt to achieve. Maybe a timer could roll down for, you know, do not annoy Kuneberg for at least 30 minutes of game time. Okay. I will help the others. These random ice spikes have grown up everywhere. Weed fodder. Still working on that weed fodder. Trying to chop at it? Or are you still cutting wood that
We are
is
a
buried?
strong lot. We will survive.
I've never seen anything like it. I looked around when all the fighting was done, and there it was, like swords thrust from the earth. I've been trying to break it all morning, and my arms tire. Will you help me clear some of the debris? Ice shards from his home. He's got ice shards in his house? Oh, on his house. I see. That does... She's just kicking them? What do I do? Oh, is this not Oswee's house? I'm not supposed to clear ice from that random chick's house. Oh, here. Oh, ginormous column. Let's see. That's it? Is Oswee some kind of wimp that he can't manage that? It's weird. And Oswee doesn't care. Doesn't need me to report back. Okay. Ice isn't that hard to clear if you know the technique, apparently. Close, but not really. Okay, portrait.
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
The horse is not the only one who is frightened. Okay. Huh, this archer has been frozen solid. Where's your horse, man? Is he in a stable? Do we have to guess where your horse is? What? I don't know what's meant to be going on here. Okay. Portrait is too shaken by the terrifying events of the battle to free his horse. From what? Under what oppression is his horse operating? Okay, well, we'll find your horse first, and then we'll free it from whatever is oppressing it. We are gathered in memory of the house that now has a bloody great icicle sticking up out of it. Or just behind it. No, out of it. That's awkward. Oh my goodness. Completely impaled house. Yikes, these are not problems houses normally have. Okay. Let's see, are you that dude's horse? No. How about you? No. Anybody seen a horse that needs freeing? No takers? Oh, for a second I thought that was a frozen horse, but it's just horse decorations. Yeah. Oh wait, is this the horse? Okay. Hang on, horse. I'll free you. There you go. Okay. I have to speak with Saxburg. Okay, over by the stable. Oh, running out of time. I think I'll finish this set and then I'll have to be done for the day here today. Okay. Oh, right. There you are, Saxburg. Saxburg is a female. What an unusual name. And a shield maiden wielding a pick.
There is no hope for us while war holds us in its clutches.
Get to the barn near the stables. Okay. Barn near stables. We are near stables. Where's the barn? Here's the stables. Are any of these a barn? Wait, hang on. Over there somewhere. Man, this frost giant thing. Oh, there we go. This frost giant thing is a daring move. Oh, no, you don't want to talk to me anymore. Okay. I've sort of completed my tasks, kind of. I guess. All right, let us head up, talk to Kuneberg. Have you collected your thoughts? Maybe started a search for Thrim?
I'm afraid of what is happening to these lands.
I saw what you did for my people, and I thank you. I hope they can rebuild, for I know I cannot. Oh, man.
These are desperate times for the Rohi region.
Yes. See Thrim's body properly buried. Let's start with finding it. Good, right? You saw yourself which way the giant threw him. Will you look for him and bring him home to us? We should bear him to Forlaw then, for he is like a son to Reeve Garwig. Okay. All right, I think I should stop there. I've got to, sorry, I got to end a little bit early today. I have a thing I got to do for 3 o'clock. We'll begin next time with the melancholy search for the body of Thrim in the little crater where it might be found. But I'm not convinced he's dead until I see a corpse. I'm not going to be convinced he's dead. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today in my peculiar circumstances here. I will be not here next week, actually. So next week I'm going to be away all week long. I'm going away with my family, so I won't be here next week, but I will be back the week after that and probably still here in my son's room. Thanks, everybody, for joining me today, and I will be back again soon in my ad hoc environment here. And I hope you guys are well until I'm with you again in a fortnight. Thanks, everybody. Bye now. Thanks for joining in on my rambles around Standing Stone's brilliant digital adaptation of Tolkien's world. If you enjoy these adventures, please consider supporting this and other entertaining educational programming by donating at signumuniversity.org/fund.